All right, another article from Khaleej Times from my favorite news reporter, that is investigative journalist Mr. Mazhar Faruqi, who always likes to give breaking news. I'll put the link below so you can check it out. The title is taken from Khaleej Times. Today's news: Dubai, chicken computers, building materials disappear as companies shut down overnight. Now, I know the title kind of sounds silly. Oh, chickens are missing and computers are missing. But if you read the article, you'll see how serious it is. I'll give you a summary. I've written down the main points. Okay, just the summary of them. So what it says here is there are these two companies. One company's name is Future Star Electromechanical Works, and the other company's name is Alpha Star. Once again, Alpha Star Building Contracting. So these two companies just vanished from Dubai with goods stolen. Over the worth was 12 million. Okay. The stolen items were 200 cartons of chickens, 250 laptops, hundreds of cell phones, 11,731 meters of cable. The problem is the problem is not just them running away with this money. The problem is they have taken money from other people who got this material from their suppliers. So when something like this takes place, the companies that supplied these large amounts, they either end up in bankruptcy, they have to shut down, or they'll face imprisonment. It's like these fraudsters took everything and ran away, and they have escaped. But the good people now will end up in trouble. And what's even more painful is, remember, the people who got cheated, they are not only good individuals, they are not only decent human beings, they have a family, they have wife, children, they have families, and they also support families. All of them will suffer, from the owner to the staff who's working there. Just imagine if a company shuts down and there are maybe 20 employees there. Okay, all 20 have families, all 20 will suffer, all 20 will be without jobs. So it's like a domino effect. Now, and if you still don't understand the gravity of the situation, ask yourself, if you lost your job and because of which your wife, your children had to suffer, or if in case you're a youngster, imagine if your father lost his job, your mother ended up your mother's a housewife, you can't complete your college, you can't do anything. Just imagine. So the fraud was discovered, and this is a very classic case which happens in UAE. The fraud was discovered only when the post-dated checks, PDCs, issued by the company started to bounce. And this is one of the major problems in the Middle East, especially Dubai. Companies will issue a post-dated check, like if I buy today, say this is the month of July, I'll give you 3 months post-dated check, August, September, October. So you can encash the check in the month of October. In some cases, they even give you 6 months. So it's not October, November, December, January next year. And I'll tell you, it's not just these companies, even the government of Dubai does this, semi-government entities, and sometimes they don't even honor their payments. This is not me giving you hypothetical situations, actual facts. Sometimes the government defaults on the payment, and you cannot talk about this on social media. No newspaper will print it. You cannot complain about it to anybody, because if the word gets out, you can be held for defamation, you can be jailed, and they'll just summon you and put a legal case on you. So as it is, you will not get the payment, and now you have a legal case on. And guess what? Just imagine, suppose you purchased something for $100, just 100 dirhams, and you're selling it for 105. So your margin was 5 dirhams. Just, I'm giving you an idea. And you're hoping to get that 5 dirhams profit. Okay, 5 dirhams or $5, whatever, after 3 months. When the due date comes, the government or whomsoever, especially the UAE government, they'll say, okay, you sold it to me for 105. I don't have the money right now. You have two choices. Either you can wait for another 3 months or 6 months, or if you agree, I will pay you right now, I'll give you, but you have to give me a discount. Not 105, give it to me for 95. I'm not exaggerating. This has actually happened. So 100 is your cost. You put 5 dirhams to get a profit. So 105. Okay, 100 is your cost and everything else. You put 105, and now they're asking you for 95. In some cases, they even ask you for 90. And then you have a choice. Either you can wait for another 3 months, and there's no guarantee after the 3 months they'll pay you. Maybe they can extend for another 6 months. I know of companies where they have kept postponing the payment for 6 years. Governments and 7 years, 6 years, 2 years. And then, they can declare bankruptcy. They can say, okay, they'll just throw their hands up in the air and say, okay, bankruptcy, we can't pay you. So now, you can take us to court. Imagine, can you take the government to court by taking them to the government? It's like Sheikh Mohammed's company, for example, Sheikh Mohammed's company. Can you take Sheikh Mohammed to court? He's a ruler. He's a king. So you're going to take the king to his own court to speak against him? It doesn't work. In my previous videos, I've spoken about the project Burj Khalifa that was, before it was called Burj Dubai. They changed at the last moment to Burj Khalifa during the launch because they had borrowed billions from Abu Dhabi to save Dubai from sinking. And if you have been a long-term Dubai resident, you would know this. Its actual name was Burj Dubai. That means House of Dubai. They changed it to Burj Khalifa. Okay. Because Abu Dhabi and Sheikh Khalifa at that time wanted to show who's the boss. So anyway, PDCs is a big, massive drawback and one of the biggest curses in the Middle East, because companies, they can just declare bankruptcy or the owner can run away. You're left with nothing. And if you do take a company to court, whatever the amount is, you'll end up paying much more to the lawyers, to the courts. They will make money, you will not make. And even after you win the case, there's no guarantee that you'll get the money back. You can put the guy in jail, but that doesn't mean you're going to get the money back. He can be in jail for 5 years, 10 years. You have lost everything. So that is why nobody takes these people to court, because it doesn't help anyone. So anyway, traders found the company's offices locked, staff and owners missing with their phones switched off. They generally also do this. They get cheap staff, cheap labor from India. They give them, the visa, they give them mobile phones, they give them accommodation, everything. And before they are about to shut down, they will send all of them back home. They'll give them money and tell them, better go away or you'll be in trouble. So these guys, they take their money and run off. So staff, owners, everyone is missing. And what can you do if you get one of the employees? Let's say you get a sales executive and they catch him. They ask him, where is the owner? He'll say, I don't know. He'll just cry and tell you, I don't know. I'm just a worker. What are you going to do? Catch his neck? He maybe sincerely doesn't know. He is just a worker. Deepti Singh, an Indian businesswoman, that is not her real name, lost 3.5 million dirhams worth of building materials. And she had to end up sending her daughter back home to her country. Imagine, she came to UAE to start a new life with hope that she would make money. And she has lost 3.5 million dirhams. Multiply that into rupees. I mean, she has lost everything. Maybe she must have lost her family, savings and family property, everything to save. And now she has to pay it back. She lost the money, which she sold it to them, and now she has to pay her suppliers. How is she going to do that? It seems Deepti, fake name anyway, had conducted a due diligence, visiting the company's office, reviewing their audit reports, bank statements, which is all fake. You can manufacture all this. The scam involved delivering 750 metric tons of building material to the warehouses in Sharjah between May 25th and July 2nd. On July 2nd, Deepti delivered her last order but found the warehouse empty the next morning. 40 business owners, including Deepti, have formed a WhatsApp group to discuss the scam, but it's no point. You can only complain about it. Many affected business owners have filed a police complaint, which is worthless, pointless, nothing is going to happen, but are wary of revealing their identities due to creditor concern, because once their names and identities are found out, the banks will tighten the noose around their necks, because they'll be like, you have a facility with us, maybe you'll run away. This is a funny thing. The scammers got away, the good people will end up in trouble. Other businesses include a supplier of 85 Lenovo laptops worth 265,384 dirhams and a travel firm owner who booked international flight tickets. Don't tell me he also booked it on PDCs. The pipe supplier in Rashidiyah lost 57,000, unaware that Future Star's business license had recently changed hands. They keep buying these licenses for overpriced amount, like companies that have 10 years, 20 years, they started the business. They'll pay a handsome amount. So the owners of the original owners, they're happy. They take their money and they go. And these people, because it shows in the record that this company was in existence for 20 years, people think, oh, maybe it's the same owners. They don't know. JW, another supplier, lost 300,000 dirhams worth of food items to Future Star. The scam follows a similar racket which keeps happening, where 5 companies vanished, affecting multiple businesses. This has been going on in Dubai, UAE for years and years. This is not new. This is an age old. Even from the 80s, people used to still talk about all this. Previous scams have included Maxstar, 7 Emirates Spices, Ultimate General Trading, stealing tons of avocados, onions, cardamom, and beef. Like I told you, it's pretty unfortunate what is happening. And the saddest part about this whole episode is the bad guys get away. The good guys end up getting in trouble. And it's not just the good guys. It's everyone who is an innocent person, from the owner to his family members, to his employees, to his suppliers. All of them suffer like a domino effect. And they are made to suffer. And then the banks will tighten the credit. They'll not be allowed to leave the country. So invariably, it's the good people who have to suffer and their lives are destroyed. And what will the cops do? Just file a police case. What will the courts do? Just make a judgment. And there also you have to pay money. It's not for free. So this is the unfortunate curse of doing business in UAE. And I don't think this will be the first or the last story. Still more yet to come. Watch in the next few more months. More of such scams will continue. That is why I always believe when you're doing business, no PDCs, no post-dated checks, cash. You want to do business with cash? Then okay. Even if the margins are low, business on cash. Don't do business on credit. You'll not survive. And remember, even if it's an established company, if they say, no, we can't pay you or we can't honor the due date, what are you going to do? Can't take them to court, right? Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Love to hear what you have to say. You guys take care. Ciao.